Hello and welcome to HD Movie Talk. I am your host, Dean's Beans, and as always, I'm joined by a silly little man that I know by the name Harlan. You may know him by the name Fluffy Duffy.
Not little.
Sorry, I meant little figuratively. You just give off real,
Oh,
like you're 6'3" in real life, but you give off real
okay.
short guy energy.
As long I'm glad we got that established
Mhm.
that I tower over you.
I recently found the TikTok which we filmed standing face to face, and then someone commented, "Is Dean really tall or is Harlan really short?"
I was actually on my knees so you could get the framing right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, I won't make a joke about that, although it's right there. today,
Dylan, that's for
today,
me and Will.
today, I'm moving on. That I've already ruined this. We are talking about Phase 4 of the MCU, and I know what you're thinking. Haven't you already talked about Phase 4 of the MCU? I think so. We both
We
forget
ranked
what we
we
talk
we
about.
ranked all the Phase 4 projects,
Did
I
we? Okay.
believe.
We both
Yes.
have no idea what goes on in this podcast, as we figured out this week. Um,
Yes. This is true.
but we thought we'd try and fix Phase 4. For context, Harlan suggested an idea to do this week on the podcast, and I went, yeah, that's a good idea. And then I was like, wait, haven't we already done that? And it turns out we had already done that.
Yes. So then, but yeah, it's okay.
It's fine. Anyway, yes, we're here to fix Phase
Phase
4 of the MCU. First question I have for you.
Yes.
Do you think Phase 4 is bad?
No. I think it's mediocre. Like I don't think there was a single bad project.
Yeah, I'd agree. Would you? I was just thinking about this, and I think I'm not sure what my answer is. Do you? No, I think this is. I don't even think this is the worst phase.
I do.
Do you?
Because here's why. Phase 1 I feel like is the main like competition to phase 4 and which one's worse.
I think it's phase 2, but go on.
You think it's phase 2?
Phase 2 has some solid stinkers. It's got Dark World. It's got Iron Man 3's fine, and it's
I like
got
Iron Man 3.
Age of Ultron, which is also fine. I don't know, actually, no, but it does also have got my favorite MCU film,
Yeah. A couple of
Ant
mine.
Man.
Ant-Man's fucking
Ant Man's a good film.
Ant-Man's great.
I
Ant-Man's
don't know
great.
why you did that as if you've never sworn on this podcast
I
before.
don't know. It was uncalled for.
I think I'm glad that public opinion is swinging on Ant Man now that Quantum Mania's come out, and everyone's gone. Wait, those films were good. Is what I keep seeing on TikTok.
As I said, I rewatched all the Ant-Man movies leading up to it, and I enjoyed Ant-Man the Wasp much more than I remember.
Yeah,
Like I remember watching it and not being a big fan of it, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself during it. Not so much Quantum Mania. But that's phase 5, so we don't need to worry
we
about
don't.
that.
We're not talking about that. Exactly. That
Yeah.
was going to be my segue. I had that segue planned. Anyway, so what we're
Did I
going to
ruin
do?
everything?
Yeah. Okay. I think the conversation before we dive into any of the individual projects,
Mm-hmm.
I think there is an important discussion we must have, which I've seen a lot of discourse about online.
Yes.
How connected do you think this stuff has to be or should be? What are you looking at right now?
I literally look at I'm trying to think about the question like because
You're really staring off. If you have if you're on Spotify, open your phone, click on it just so you could see his face in that moment.
Well, what I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
okay. What I think made phase 1 so great
Yeah.
was the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like the movies in itself are fine, but knowing that it was leading to the Avengers made it feel all more like connected and cool.
Mm-hmm.
But all of phase 4 was essentially set up for phase 5. Like there was no
There was
like
no
what phase 4 ended with the holiday special. Like
holiday special, Wakanda Forever, whatever. Yeah. Well, it
right,
was a
and
holiday special, but
I mean Black Panther Wakanda Forever, like that huge movie, but it's not like it's a standalone movie.
yes.
So I think what they should have done. This is just an idea.
Mm-hmm.
they should have found a way to have like somewhat of a team up movie at the end of Phase 4. It didn't even have to be Avengers,
Do you want to hear my
but
pitch
like,
that I just had? My
yeah,
microphone isn't connected to this thing properly. What if the phase ended with Quantum Mania? And I think you could tool that into something different and then still have Kang as the villain. And I think that is more of a culmination.
I think it should have ended with Quantumania. I agree with you because
Culmination.
it would be like killing Thanos in the beginning of Phase 2. Like it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little different given Kang and everything, but like similar-esque vibes. Like when you kill your big bad in the beginning of the phase, it's just like the stakes are hindered a little bit, especially
Yeah.
when they're like done by Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, and in the most anticlimactic way too. Like
You are
so
correct.
I think Quantumania needs, like, if anything, just like get Shang-Chi in there because we know there's a link between
Hmm.
Kang and the
How about
rings. We don't
I
know
will
that,
add
but
Quantum Mania to our list of Phase 4 projects. And then while we talk about them, by the time we get to Quantum Mania, we'll know what to do with it.
here's another idea.
Okay.
We
What's
call it
love got to do with it? Yeah.
do
What?
do we keep it Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania, or do we change it to Avengers Quantumania?
I think we get to that bridge when we burn it.
Okay. Okay.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is also isn't a saying, but it's something I find fun to say. Okay. First up on the list, what is the first thing of Phase 4?
WandaVision.
Correct. Well, you had a proper.
No, I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah.
My entire
So
soul.
this does actually seem to be. I think this is one of the most connected projects within Phase 4 itself, because obviously it links
Yes.
back to Multiverse and Madness. Is there anything you would change about it to make it more cohesive with Pahaz?
Hot take.
Or yeah,
I think there are 2 or 3 projects in Phase 4 that should remain exactly the same.
okay.
And I think WandaVision is one of those projects.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little inkle of a suggestion.
Oh, wait. I think I might know what it might be.
What gone?
Is there a special cameo that comes in at the end of WandaVision? Is that what you're trying to change?
No,
Oh,
no. It's
okay.
renaming a character
Yes.
from Ralph
Wait, which
Boner. I think you just chuck a line in there. Ralph Boner disappears in the last episode, and then Agatha has a line where she's like, "Well, I couldn't find your Quicksilver because obviously he's buried with a bunch of bullet holes in him. So I just pulled one from the multiverse."
yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh," and then you go, "Oh, multiverse."
Because they're gonna do that with 3 other series.
Yeah,
So
Ralph Boner from the multiverse. That yeah. Would you want to chuck in like a? I don't know if you chuck in anything else in the end.
no, I think WandaVision can stay the same.
Okay, can I just make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
When we get to Multiverse and Madness, I know that we're gonna have the complaint that Wanda's switch to a villain seems too sudden. Is there something we can put at the end of WandaVision instead of at the start of Multiverse and Madness, which makes that less so?
I think if something needs to be established in WandaVision that it makes it clear that the Darkhold sort of, well, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Have
make
you
it
had?
so the Darkhold kind of corrupts your mind a little bit and makes
Yeah,
you're thinking more rash. And I think if we are able to establish that in WandaVision,
I think that would build good hype for Multiverse and Madness as well.
mm-hmm, like
Have you heard the rumor about the Darkhold?
what?
supposedly in an upcoming project, it will be revealed that Kang wrote the Darkhold to corrupt
Really?
Wanda because he knows that's like the biggest threat to him.
Huh.
Is something that has been floating around the internet. And I'm like, yeah, sure,
Interesting.
interesting.
But if anything, I feel like corrupting her would be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, but if he can see time, maybe he knows that's going to kill her.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
is she dead?
No, she's not dead.
She could be dead and then like bring in a multiverse thing or something.
Movies, movies, movies. Okay,
Okay.
what's next?
What is next? You tell me. I'm testing you.
Is it okay? Is it a movie or a TV show? Can I
TV.
ask that? Oh, it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It is the Falcon, and which we will be talking about soon in a week or two. I haven't started watching it yet.
Me either.
Okay. I think this is underrated. I think this will have some solid lead up to the Thunderbolts and obviously Captain America 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it isn't a project we should remove because I think it is very interesting giving Sam like this introduction as Captain America.
Yeah, I think it's. I like this series. I think it's well. Again, I haven't rewatched it recently. Um,
Little.
I think there were some things I didn't like.
Like the last, but parts of the last episode.
The entire arc of Carly and her little group of
Yeah,
people.
and I
I
don't like
remember
John Walker in the last episode when he's kind of just redeemed.
right, and but we also know that that's because at least a Carly bit, there was this whole subplot of them trying to get vaccinations for
Yes.
something, but they had to scrap that and rewrite it because of the pandemic. And I think we like, if anything, we put that back because it might. I think it gives good like I don't know, makes the character at least a little bit more 3-dimensional.
Wasn't she like anti-vax?
Maybe. I don't know. Wait, I think so.
Should I look at see if I can find out?
Yeah, but either way, the Carly arc I don't like.
Yeah, or just do something else with her. I mean, I understand at the time they couldn't because like it had been filmed. They just had to
Right.
fix around it. Arlie Morgenthau deleted art. Okay, whatever. What?
What'd it say?
No, I can't find the answer.
Oh, okay.
What
So,
would you change about? Is there someone we could put as a villain?
I think it would be slightly more interesting if Zemo was the main villain of the series.
Yeah, but I did like his part in this.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I don't like the villain in this series. I think that's what.
Yeah, I think I think the idea of the Flag Smashers works. I think if that was just retooled into like give them an episode, maybe I think it
Mhm.
could work.
And I did like John Walker in this series.
I did like John Walker. I don't like the Power Broker.
I don't like the Power Breaker either. That was just a second, like, half-baked thought into the series.
What? Okay, here's my pitch for how to fix that.
Yeah.
You get the phone call and be like, "Yeah, I'm the Power Broker." She goes around a corner, turns into a scroll.
How I feel like that would make it. I feel like that would make it worse.
I don't think
Like I would be
his
like, oh my
suggestion
god.
for a more through line through phase 4. If Quantumania is the end of phase 4, then the first phase 5 project will be Secret Invasion. So I think more
Mm.
scroll stuff could like WandaVision ends with a scroll tease, sort of. It's a Monica Rambeau,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, being in the cinema. I think do you not think it would work her being a scroll? So if in Secret Invasion they were like, oh, the reason she's the power broker is because she's a rebellious scroll, would you be against that?
I wouldn't be. However, that would make it that we have two of the post-credit scenes of the TV shows is setting up scrolls.
Yeah.
I think that might like, if anything, like it would be just kind of like, oh well, who cares? Because it's not setting up the finale of Phase 4. It's setting up the beginning of Phase
That's
5.
true. So should we just get rid of the power broker reveal?
I
I,
think so.
but then there is like but then who is the power broker? Because that is like a mystery within the show. Is there like, what if you said it's the leader?
The leader.
The
Oh,
Captain America force.
yes.
Power broker revealed as the leader.
If anything, we could have it. And does he? We don't even have to show his face. It could just be like his like green hand with like his
Yeah.
iconic yellow suit being like
Yeah.
hanging up the collar or something.
Or it
That'd
could be
be
like,
cool.
oh, Howard Stern. I think that is that the actor's name, or I think that's the actor's name.
No, that is a radio host.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
What is going on with? I'm wow. Who is the leader? The leader, Marvel. If I'm so off with this, and that's pretty embarrassing. Samuel Stern.
Okay. You
Not
were
too bad.
close.
Okay. What else are we changing with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I think no redemption for John,
Yeah. No redemption for John.
because also I think that's more interesting when you go into Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we get that. And what project is after that? I think I'm happy keeping Falcon and the Winter Soldier WandaVision, but what project comes out after that?
You tell me.
Is it Black Widow?
No.
Is it a TV show or a movie?
TV show.
Oh no. Oh, what if?
No. What's before What If? What happens before the multiverse is revealed?
What happens? Oh, what show is this?
That was such a big clue I just gave you.
Loki.
Yes.
Thanks. Oof. I love Loki. We might butt heads on this one. I have a
Like,
feeling.
okay, I don't like the ending of Loki in the way Kang was set up. Like, my issue with Loki is how, in my mind, we will talk about this soon because Loki season 2 is coming out, and I'm sure we'll do a Loki
Yeah.
recap. Um,
And you'll realize you're so wrong about your opinion on the show, but
I'm sure I think I will enjoy it more this time around. But I was just a bit annoyed that the last episode of the show kind of just got rid of all of the stuff that had happened before. I'm like, oh, don't worry about any of that. Just watch Jonathan Majors for a bit. Jonathan Majors is good, but I feel like it was a bit of a sidestep. So I think if you just integrate He Who Remains more into the show, then I think it would
but
work.
it's hard because Loki. I saw a
Loki,
TikTok about this, but Loki is the biggest project out of Phase 4. Like that is the most important project out of all of them.
yes. I think it's Miss Marvel. That was a silly little joke. I
Oh,
think it's
you.
Miss Marvel because I got to watch it with you.
Oh, did we see the post-credit scene together?
Yeah. I think we both already knew what it was, though.
Hmm.
I did.
I don't remember having a very extreme reaction.
What were the Loki post credit scenes?
It was him arriving in the new universe.
Oh, was that not just the end of the show? Oh, there you go.
No, I believe that was a post-credit
I'm going
scene.
to check if there was anything else.
Um, but we could have like I just don't know how you would incorporate Jonathan Majors more into the
Yeah, I think unless like when he gets to the Time Masters, I think you put some bigger tease there. I don't know.
because like the He Who Remains little arc is vital, and it's important that everything's explained there.
Yeah.
Um,
No. So there was no post credit scene.
Oh,
There was
interesting.
no actual post-credit scene for Loki season 1 finale, but there was a little short bit showing Loki's TVA file getting stamped with a message alerting us to a season 2. I do remember that.
Yes.
No post-credit scene. Episode 4 ends with Loki waking up in whatever the place at the end of the time is, and all his variants watching him, and you were like, oh, Richard E. Grant. That was good. That one was good.
I'm trying to think. I think maybe we rework it so that He Who Remains is revealed in the second to last episode,
Yeah.
and then if anything, we have like at least like a little bit of a fight sequence between He Who Remains and like Sylvie or something. But isn't he all like He Who Remains all like
I don't think you need a fight scene because he is all like, "Oh, come and destroy the timeline, kill me if you want."
right?
He doesn't stop them.
But like, how do you then do it without it being all talky?
Do Loki and Sylvie have a fight over whether they should kill He Who Remains?
I think so, but where are you going with this?
I'm
What
just gonna
are
say
your
put
thoughts?
that in as a more like drawn out fight, and don't have them kiss at the end.
Don't have them kiss. That is very important. Did you
Um,
see the
go on.
meme where it was Doctor Strange? I killed my variants. Spider-Man,
Yeah,
I fought with them. And then Loki, ...
good
I
stuff.
thought that was very silly.
Bigger Sylvie v Loki fight with no kiss. Unless we, leave Owen Wilson kissing for season 2, a nice little sizzle.
Yes.
What if this is quite a small change, but
Mm-hmm.
when Jonathan Majors is talking about all like the multiversal war, there's like the Man of Steel pin art model thing in front of him acting it out.
Yeah.
What if actually we did just cut to like a flashback and like we see a little bit of Kang there?
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Why not?
And do we want to put a Kang credit scene here? Or
No,
I
I
think
think
he
we could.
is enough.
Yeah, I think we leave it. Okay. And then it's what if after this.
Okay, sorry. One,
Oh, yes, continue.
what if he just chucks in something more like a bit more detail and he like says something about the Council of Kangs or like even says the word Kang?
I think say the word king.
Yeah.
I think the idea is that the moment He Who Remains died, the Council of King appears because time works differently.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know about that because
Yeah.
that's kind of newer. But he knows the name King because his name is King.
Yeah. Well, his name is Nathaniel.
That's true. Nathaniel Richards.
Nathaniel Richards. I think
Okay.
Nathaniel Richards should lead the Avengers in Avengers 5.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
It could work. Anyway,
Did you see my video about Spider-Man and him being the main lead against King?
yes.
How do you feel about that?
But see, the thing is, I think what a lot of people have not like that have read it wrong and Spider-Man is leading the Avengers, which I don't think is necessarily true.
No, but he'll be the lead.
Yeah, and I'm happy with him being the lead. I think that's. I mean, he's it like surely it's obvious because he is Spider-Man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when there's no Robert Downey Jr. there, you Spider-Man is number one, surely.
Right.
But
Um,
like, yeah, it works.
so for people that are kind of probably confused right now, the entire idea is that it was rumored that Spider-Man is going to be the lead in Avengers King Dynasty. And my video was explaining how out of any Avenger kind of makes sense that Spider-Man's the lead because he also has a mythic tie to the multiverse in a
Yes.
similar way that King does.
Yeah.
So There you go, Mom, if you're
And
confused.
and he's got like some multiverse um experience within the MCU already.
This is true. Okay, so next, are we done with Loki?
Yes. What's next?
Um, what if, right?
No.
Black Widow?
Yes.
We can get rid of this.
I was 100. Literally, I've been thinking that this entire time until a second before you said it, and I was like, "Oh, I need to disagree with him." No, that's not true. Where is Yelena coming in?
In Hawkeye?
Yeah, it works. Because I do think it should be dropped. It's just
Because
okay.
it's
Do you know the end? So Black Widow end credit scenes. There's the Yelena one. Is there another one?
how about we move Black Widow to like the very beginning of Phase 5. I mean, very beginning of Phase 4.
I was gonna say, wow. I think we could get rid of it. Do we need it?
Well, we also get the Red Guardian
Yeah,
and
but I think that and Taskmaster, they're all in Thunderbolts. They did say Thunderbolts is like a. I don't know what to do with it. What my suggestion was going to be before you pointed all that out was the post-credit scene of Black Widow is
Mhm.
Yelena at Natasha's grave, and then
Right.
Val comes up. I was going to say put that as an end credit scene for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then like put a bit more context in there. But what if you give Yelena an episode in Hawkeye, and you Book of Boba
Mhm.
Fett it?
I feel like we could book a Boba Fett it, but it's gonna feel so off.
Yeah, I think you are right. What if? Okay. What if? Anyway, I'm fed up talking about Black Widow. Let's move on. What if? Ha 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 ha.
How about we put a question mark on there? If we
Yeah.
haven't cut enough from Phase 4, we'll cut that and do what you say. But for now, I think we move it to like either before or right after WandaVision.
Yes. I'm trying to think.
Because after Loki does not work.
No, it just doesn't work anywhere. If unless you like completely. Okay. Here's a pitch for you.
Mm-hmm.
Put it at the very start of Phase 4. Change the like keep a similar plot, but put it in between Infinity War and Endgame, and just have it so her family isn't blipped.
We can still have her family.
Well, you want the whole point of putting it is having Yelena and Red Guardian introduced in it.
Right. Well, okay, so
Just because I think a mid blip project would be fun.
are we able to move Phase 4 projects around?
I sure. I think we can do whatever we want
Okay, then let's put it
at the start.
um no, let's put it before or right, let's put it right after Civil War.
What do you mean the film Black Widow?
Yeah.
I don't know if. Oh, sorry. I don't know if we can move stuff outside of Phase 4 though.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you were saying. But you were saying we put the timeline there?
Yeah, we put it so it takes place between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I think that'll make more sense. That I think that will make it feel less, you know,
And like, I mean,
late.
between and you could say Dreykov is taking advantage of the blip,
Yeah,
and and Taskmaster is still sent to kill Natasha.
I agree.
And then you get the same post-credit scene with Yelena.
Right. Okay, cool.
Because also I think Black Widow did like do a lot of questions like, oh, where were her family the entire time? And you know, what was Yelena doing for the next 5 years, whatever.
Right. Okay. So we
Okay.
got that.
Yes.
And
Now
then
we're
what?
on to what if.
Now we're on to what if. Okay.
In terms of phase four, like its place in phase four, I think it works.
Yeah, because it's largely inconsequential. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a cartoon. Doesn't really have to do much with the MCU. It's just fun to watch and turn your brain off.
Yes.
Are we feeling like we don't touch this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
No touchy. That's my note.
I think that's an excellent note.
What comes after what if?
Is it a movie or a show?
It is a movie.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Are we keeping this? I think is the second perfect Phase Fourth project.
Yeah, I like. If we wanted to, we could chuck in, you know, a bit of, whatever, a bit of like lead in, but we don't need to.
And also, this might be a controversial statement. Perfect end credit scene.
Oh, it's so good. Just no. Do you know why it's the perfect end credit scene?
Why?
This is something I feel deeply passionate about. And when Shang-Chi came out, I did not shut up about this.
Go ahead.
I don't care about the first bit of the post-credit scenes, okay? Could not give less of a damn. But then they go and do karaoke with Wong.
I wasn't talking about that one, but you're correct. You were
That's the same one,
talking
isn't it?
everybody. Is it the same one? Do they go straight from?
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. So it ends with like they end the FaceTime call with Captain Marvel and Hulk, and then one goes, "Welcome, you've just become a part in a larger world. You've got a lot coming up, so you should go home and get some rest." And then Shang-Chi goes, "Oh."
That's great. But honestly, with the actual post-credit scene here, I think does an excellent job at establishing like a sense of a bigger team up.
Yeah,
You don't know what it is. Like it gets you hyped. Like
yeah,
I don't mind throwaway joke and credit scenes, but like a perfect end credit scene is one that gets you hyped for the future of the MCU, but it isn't like you know
yeah.
the biggest part of the movie.
Exactly. Do you know what else? Have you heard that like apparently the Miss Marvel bangle and the Shang-Chi rings are going to tie into Kang Dynasty?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
The rings more than Miss Marvel's bangles.
I think they're the same. I think they are linked.
I think well, because the bangles are like their own access to a multi-dimensional realm, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But the rings look like the rings that were in Ant-Man.
yeah. Also, the ring, like they like the bangles were found on skeletons next to the 10 ring symbol.
Oh,
Do you remember?
right. But does Kang have ties to the 10 rings?
I mean, but
Oh,
if we,
yes, because
yeah.
because the right. Whew, I just had to do some deep Marvel lore digging there through my brain.
Do you want? Can I tell you something? This is like, I filmed. This is insane. In over the course of like 2.5 hours, I filmed 22 TikToks today.
Man, you were grinding.
Yeah, yeah. One of 9 of them were all part of the same series. And do you know the filter where you get 3 random actors?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, just because I don't have another idea, I'll just do a couple of these TikToks where you link the 3 actors you get and you say all the
Right.
projects they've been in. I ended up doing 7 of those videos because I had so much fun doing them, and I kind of just lost my mind a bit. And like, I'm gonna be posting them for the next like 2 weeks just because I can't post them in a row. And like, I really got carried away. And if you watch them in the order they come out, you just see me slowly lose my mind.
Oh, I'm very excited for these next coming weeks.
Anyway, that's off the way. You just when you were like I had to do a deep dive, that's what I was doing with them. Okay, do you know what's next?
TV show or movie?
Movie.
Is it Spider-Man?
No, you don't want to think about this one.
Oh, it's Eternals.
Yes.
Eternals was fine. I think
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Eternals, did you know, is the first MCU film to have no previous MCU actor appear in it? Because there was not even
wow.
anyone in the post-credit scenes.
Right. Um, I wouldn't be heartbroken if we just got rid of this.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Hmm.
Because I don't see them coming into play till like late phase 5.
Yeah, there's. Did you what like Eternals 2 was like quietly announced, wasn't it? Or like
Yeah,
alongside Shang-Chi 2, which I hope is called Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time.
that would be really cool. That's a cool name. We've
It's
talked about
just
this.
yeah. I think that was on a train.
What we were talking about it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we were waiting for the train, and then the names were announced.
Like
I,
they were copyrighted, and then we found out the next day that half of them were true.
right. I think I'm comfortable if we just scrap this entirely
Sure.
because I think this movie started like I think we're getting too much idea. Like I think
Yeah.
Marvel's starting to lose their spark.
Mm. Do you know what I think about both Eternals and Quantum Mania?
Hmm.
I think they would have worked better as TV shows. And it's
Yeah,
very rare for me to say that. Normally, it's the other way around when I watch one of these Marvel TV shows and I think, oh, that should have just been a film.
I'm honestly not quite sure. Because Eternals, I like the vibe Eternals was going for, but it was just
Yeah,
trying to do too much. But if it turned into a show and it was given more time, I think it may have been one of the most boring shows of all time.
that's true. Do you agree with it about Quantum Mania, though?
Maybe. I honestly feel like you need to rework Quantum Mania in its entirety for it to actually work.
And
Like
if you want
for
to
what it was
hear
supposed to
that
do.
happen, then go and check out HD Movie Talk, The Silver Lining, whatever episode it was last week. Was it last week?
Yeah.
When we fixed Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantums in the Mania.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna do it, but I forgot the you do it better than me.
Do I do thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, I realized I don't know if I did this in the last podcast, but I have a really good impression of the cricket in Puss in Boots. Like, have I done
Go
this for you?
on. No.
You're, you're a monster. Wait, no, that's not it. Um,
You're close. That's pretty good.
why can't I do it now?
Oh, you've gone camera shy.
I got camera shy. No, I'll see if I can sprinkle it on sometime throughout the
Do you
podcast.
want to hear my one?
Yeah.
He's got me by the balls. Ah.
You wouldn't shoot a puppy in the face.
That's pretty good.
Hmm,
You're not impressed.
whatever. I'm not impressed. I've done it
Okay.
better. Let's
Next,
continue.
we have Hawk's eyes.
Hawkeye? Is Hawkeye next?
Yes.
I liked Hawkeye, but people liked it more than me. It was
Sorry,
fine.
it's just a funny. You could have said that about literally any of these. Liked it, but people liked it more than me.
I didn't like Kingpin in it.
Yeah, I still want Kingpin in it though.
Yeah, me too.
Kingpin it.
I liked Hawkeye's suit. I like Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
I like Florence
I've
Pugh
lost
and
my
Kate.
mind. I
Do we
apologize.
keep this the same?
Yeah.
I think we scrap
The
Echo
Kingpin
killing
gets shot.
Kingpin. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was kind of dumb.
Kingpin, don't get shot, bro.
I think we make Kingpin, but like,
Introduce him earlier on.
yes, introduce him earlier on. I think there's no need. There's no need to like make that a big reveal.
Vinny Dono. But that was my favorite day of 2021. Okay. Do you want me to walk you through my day?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just hung out a bit with Will in the morning. And then
Great.
10 of us went to watch Spider-Man No Way Home together. And I was like, not only did I get two Spider-Men, but I also got Charles Clocks. And then me, Will, and our friend Karis, who you know,
I know.
went and got some takeaway pizza, went back to my flat, watched Hawkeye, and then Vinny D'Onofrio was in it. And I was like, Big Vinny D.
That's a good day. It's a good
Vinny
day.
D. I'm not talking about Vincent Diesel. He can fuck right off. Sorry, you dropped one. I felt like I had to join in.
Oh, okay. Nah, as long as we're leveled out now.
So, like, Vin Diesel can. I don't like Vin Diesel. Anyway.
He's a weird dude.
Yeah. Okay. Introduce Vincent D'Onofrio earlier on in the show and have him be in it more.
People have a complaint with it. He's like more like he's not the same as he was in the Netflix series.
Yeah, like he's buffer.
And he's just more cartoonish.
Yeah.
But I have conflicting opinions on that.
Go on.
Because a part of me loves the Kingpin from the Netflix series. Yes. Like, he's so cool.
He is scary as.
But this is a different Kingpin.
And also, my argument would be Daredevil is also more heightened in She-Hulk. Like, he's more of an acrobat. And I think you do need to include that. Because he's now going to be going along with the Avengers and stuff. And you can't put the guy from Daredevil season 1 who's getting beaten up by 5 dudes with the Hulk on the same
This
team.
is true.
So I think there has to, and I'm not talking anything about how they kind of made the characters like Vincent D'Onofrio more cartoony in personality. I'm just talking about like in attributes, and I think you do have to level them all up.
Yeah, and I think I wish you would have gotten more Kingpin because then it would have given us more time to get adjusted to that. Because I remember it being really, because like that's the thing. Like it's going to be jarring for people who love the Netflix series to see their characters so different when they're played by the same person. If it was played by a different actor, Kingpin, nobody would really be like.
Yeah,
they'd probably be upset, but they'd probably be more upset that it's a different actor. But it's just so hard because we've already connected to that specific character. Now they're completely
I think it could work that if you put a more cartoony Kingpin in Hawkeye, he could be the same guy in Daredevil Born Again.
Yes.
Like, I don't think anything in Hawkeye made me go, oh, that's a different dude, you know?
It's just like his power set was heightened.
Exactly. I think that's like, obviously he did act differently in some regards, but nothing made me go different. That's like completely different version of this character.
Right.
Similar.
Okay.
He's got the cufflinks, you know?
So we're leaving that. We're just giving Kingpin more time.
Put Kingpin in earlier, and he doesn't get shot at the end.
And you know what? What? Let's put Spider-Man like is somewhere at the end of Hawkeye. Can we please do that? No, not substantially. But do you remember all that hype because of the end of Spider-Man No Way Home?
Didn't they take part in different? Didn't they take part in different years in the end?
Not in this phase 4.
No, not in this phase 4. Okay, here's my pitch.
Yeah.
End credit scene. Spider-Man meets Kate Bishop.
Just like on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we get a good look at the new Spider-Man suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad we settled on that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just to clear up any confusion, the next project we're going to be talking about Is Spider-Man No Way Home?
It happens during Hawkeye.
Right.
Like it comes out during Hawkeye. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, just so it doesn't make any confusion.
Doesn't okay. I had another Hawkeye thought. Um, uh, do we chuck? I think we need to chuck Val in there.
Is she not in there?
No, she's not in it. No. Oh yeah, the only Hawkeye in credit scene is Rogers the musical, so she's not in there.
Oh, that's right. I remember being very upset by that being the only one.
I think just chuck Yelena and Val in like a not a post credit scene, just a scene of her being like, "Oh, I may have some more work for you."
I think if anything, like it could be. So the end credit scene is Hawkeye watching the musical or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, no, because the musical. Wait, in the end credit scene, is that like predated? Is that just like an extended showing
Yes.
of
Yeah.
what happened? Oh, okay, then never mind.
But what if? Okay, it is a joke end credit scene. But what I wanted to happen is it's you watching Rogers the musical, and the camera turns around, and someone from the MCU is sitting in the audience. And my argument would either be Paul Rudd looking really happy, or Bucky and Sam looking really annoyed.
I think it should be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because it'll kind of be a tease of Quantumania, because that's coming up.
Yeah. Okay. Are we doing anything with Val? What if? Okay. Yelena goes to meet Val and she's like, "Hey, you told me to kill Hawkeye when blah blah blah." And Val goes, "Hey, I've got another job for you." And then she hands Yelena a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper is the Thunderbolts logo. And then underneath it says releasing April 2024 or whatever.
Yes, I think that's perfect.
And then Yelena goes, "Oh, I'm Florence Pugh and I'll be in another movie."
Yeah, she looks into the camera and says that. Like you can tell she's reading off a teleprompter.
She goes back to a normal accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Puss in Boots accent. Okay. Are we going on to Spider-Man?
Yes. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Are we changing anything?
Um, maybe.
Can I have some wish fulfillment, please?
Yeah,
Get rid
maybe.
of Venom.
Yeah.
I think this like I do think it's weird that like I'm not sure how it's going to work with that symbiote if also like Secret Wars is happening because that's where the symbiote comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just kick Venom out.
And then one end credit scene of Maguire back in his universe and one end credit scene of Garfield back in his universe.
Sure. I'll take that.
Yeah. That I really think it did miss that. Like, don't get me wrong, great film, but I would have liked to see that. Like Spider-Verse ended with Peter B. Parker going and ringing on Mary Jane's doorbell, and you were kind of like, oh, he learned something from his adventure.
Now,
Yes.
would have been really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it set up a lot more things for King Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
As if like we see like Tobey Maguire get back into his universe, and he goes home, and then like Sally Field is there. Like he went to the wrong universe or something.
Yeah.
Because
Doesn't that
Michael
imply that?
Keaton
Sorry.
got transferred to a different universe.
Yeah. Oh, shush. Shush. We're not talking about that. We made a rule in 2023.
I made no such rule.
Yeah, but do you not think that implies that he's going to be a bigger part in Avengers than he might be?
Well, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, I know, but it's not gonna.
No, yeah, I guess, but
I think you could do
no,
something with
we'll
Cam.
hmm. I don't know. I don't know if we should leave it because because Sony
Okay.
doesn't want to help Marvel.
Do you remember our Sony fix?
Yeah.
What
Did we
if
set that up?
we tie this into our Sony fix and Andrew Garfield returns into the Venomiverse?
Yes, I like that.
Yeah. So for those of you, do you want to explain what we're talking about?
Yeah, so a year ago? Was that a year ago or a couple months ago?
It would have been when more like just after Morbius.
Um, we fixed the Sony universe of movies and essentially made its phase one, two, and three.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's maybe still my favorite pod of ours.
yeah. We made it so there was a huge fight scene between all the symbiotes and
No.
what's his Null.
And
Um,
all the Spider-Man.
all the Spider-Men.
And it's
And I think that would be cool if Andrew Garfield came into the Venom verse. And yeah,
yeah.
I agree with you.
Okay, cool. Next up, Moon Knight. Sorry, Moon Knight. This is gonna be a long episode.
This is gonna be long. Maybe we should well, this one I think is easy. I think we save this for phase five.
Do you think?
We don't need this.
Okay.
I like it. I like the show, but it's not it contributes nothing to four,
Mm-hmm.
and I think um was too much.
Okay.
Like we're getting too much in this phase, and we need to cut some things
Yeah.
out that
Yeah.
aren't needed.
Next, we have Miss Marvel. I think this does set up some interesting stuff, but it's just
Yeah, we need to keep this.
how you sort it out.
Um, I don't know how we would fix this show. Some would argue it doesn't need fixing. You know what? She should be able to actually embiggen.
Yeah. Is that your one fix?
I think they can find a way to make that work.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if it happens in the future of the MCU. Oh yeah, she's a mutant. I forgot.
Like if there was a way for her
Yeah.
bangles to glow and then that somehow unlocked her X gene like more, it like amplified her abilities,
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool. I think that's all you necessarily need to do. And you don't need to make it she can form crystals and that's how like I think that's a little silly.
Can I give you my suggestion?
Sure.
Unrelated. Because she time travels in this show,
Mm-hmm.
do we chuck in some TVA or Kang or anything like that?
I think hmm hmm TVA I think would be too much and way too confusing.
Yeah.
Because it can't the TVA is kind of gone, but not really.
Who knows? It happened outside of time.
But Kang, if anything, I think we can get some like Easter eggs. Like maybe she's time traveling, there are some statues of Kang, but if he actually comes in and like threatens Miss Marvel, I think it
You
might
don't
get a
think
little
you could do
confusing.
like a Victor Timely, like helping her out or something?
Oh, we could do that. But it'd have to be like it couldn't be the I don't know. It would need to be something where it's like a one episode, oh, he appeared here and then he was gone. Like it couldn't be like a
Yeah.
big story arc
Well, there
for
is
the
one
series.
time travel episode, isn't there, in the past?
Right, where she like finds the
Oh, she's not in most of the episode, and then she appears at the end and in the train station. And I don't remember that show.
oh yeah, me either. That's weird. That is
I think we were
crazy
kissing
things.
too much while it was on.
Ah, I told you we had to stop doing that.
I think you were wearing
Anyways,
that t-shirt.
this was I really?
I'll find
Was
that
it?
I just because I remember it because it's my first Be Real that you're in.
Hmm.
This is off topic. Okay, are we doing something with Kang or are we not?
I think we do what you said, like a Victor Timely sort of a thing
Yeah.
of
Look.
Wow, what a pose I struck for you.
Look at me. That's
Happy
me.
Dean.
That's me, and that's Iman Vellani there, in case you were confused.
Hold on. My phone just lit up. Cot. Oh, wait.
What?
No,
What?
this is totally off topic.
Okay.
But for those who don't know, on TikTok, me, Dean, and some other TikTok creators are doing a 52 film talk,
Yeah, challenge.
52-week
We,
film talk challenge.
yeah.
Oh my God. Every time I record those videos, I say that like 8 times, and it takes me so many times to say 52-week film talk challenge. Anyways,
That sounds like you.
look what Kai did for his.
No, I saw his letterbox review. Do you know what Liz watched?
Mm-mm.
Batman and Robin.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
between Batman and Robin and Fan Stick, and I'm so glad she watched Batman and Robin.
I think I'm watching The Bubble tonight.
I think I did not like the bubble. I think I'm watching The Last Airbender.
You've never seen it?
No.
I've been surprised. I've seen so many awful movies.
Yeah, same. But we've watched a lot for this
That's
podcast.
true. That's true. It's our fault.
It's your fault.
It's
Okay.
your fault. Okay. So what's next?
Miss Marvel, Chuck
We got,
chime in. Thor, All the Love and All the Thunder. Oh dear.
we can cut this movie.
Do you think? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And instead and then it's Doctor Strange, right? Can we
Oh,
just replace this release date
sorry,
with
I missed
Doctor
Doctor
Strange?
Strange.
Oh, yeah, let's just replace this with Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
okay. So Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I just I just it's so vague with the multiverse stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think we don't make it vague.
Yeah, just set rules for the multiverse.
Set rules.
And I think you talk about Loki. Like talk about the multiverse opening up.
Yes, and Spider-Man. Because I think Doctor Strange should remember that he had to he should
Yeah.
remember everything
Yeah, yeah.
except for who Spider-Man is.
And end credit scenes with Council of Kangs.
Yeah,
What is the so there's the Bruce Campbell end credit scene. What's the other one?
there isn't.
Is that no, there's surely that I thought that was the second one. I'm gonna look it up.
But I think what was I saying earlier? What I
Sorry,
was just
about
saying?
Spider-Man. He should remember.
Right, like he should remember casting the spell, talking to Peter, but just he doesn't remember who Peter is. What?
Clear is the end credit scene.
Oh,
The
that's
eye
right.
opens up.
Um, I think and then also what because I think Multiverse of Madness is important to set up the idea of an incursion
Yes.
because that's vital as to why Kings want like why the one who remains wants to keep the one timeline to avoid incursions.
Yes.
Um, and so that's important. But
It's just so
uh,
dumb that movie ends. Like we hear like, oh, incursions tear universes apart, and then that film ends with, oh, there's an incursion in this universe where all these films and TV shows take place, and then it's just not mentioned again.
right, I think um, but we are kind of helped out by the idea of understanding that Wanda's mind is corrupted and she's going to be
Yeah.
out of character because of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna make a note for later that we can get to.
okay, go for it. But what else?
I think that's fine. Just you make more clear rules, put the Council of Kangs in at the end.
Okay,
Yeah, you happy
and
with
then
that?
sure, and then what's after that? She-Hulk.
Yeah. No touchy.
What?
No touchy. Keep it as it is.
Sure. It's
What I don't know what I would change because I don't think it needs to be tied into anything.
doesn't need to be. But how about this? Do we get rid of Moon Knight or do we get rid of She-Hulk?
Oh, I think we keep Moon Knight just because I enjoyed it more. And
Mm.
it does like you get Daredevil, which I think we want to keep. And I think like the Hulk is, it's fun seeing him.
Right, so you're saying we keep She-Hulk and keep getting rid of Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. And then we get the Scar set up
Yeah.
with Hulk.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever
Hey,
that
if
means.
you want to hear what that means, go check out. This is like the biggest crossover episode we've done. Our Sequelify for She-Hulk, where we pitched a World War Hulk film. Okay, Werewolf by Night.
I enjoyed this movie. This special presentation, I mean.
Moon Knight end credit scene to set him up.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't, because this is so standalone, and like, I think it should be because it felt fresh and new, and it didn't. Like, I think it kind of counteracted the MCU fatigue.
Yeah.
I think like it did more good than than bad it caused.
And then like also I think if we have like a special presentation, it was like these monsters that we really haven't seen the vibe from in any MCU project,
Yeah.
and then the idea of Moon Knight where he's going to be fighting most of these creatures would be really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But Moon Knight will be a Phase 5 project.
Yes.
And what's after that?
Wakanda Forever.
Don't touch it.
I had an idea for an end credit scene. Now it's gone.
Oh shucks.
And I think it's a good film, and like you need it for everything to do with Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday special.
Um. Hmm. Keep it.
Yeah,
We're both, I feel like, have a pretty large Guardians bias.
and I think it's really good.
It is good. Rain, 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 rain.
Do 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 do. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here.
Okay.
Okay, Ant-Man, Quantum Mania.
So we don't know what Marvel's plans are,
No.
but I think Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
Hope,
By the way, I should say we've already fixed this film. Oh no, we've already said that. Okay, continue.
Hope, and Hank
Yes,
all get sucked in sucked into
the quantum realm.
the quantum realm. Janet and Scott are like, what? And
Mhm.
Janet's like, there's bad persons down there. How, like, what do we do? Miss Marvel and Shang-Chi both get like alerted and know to go to this one spot
Okay.
because they're like both tied to
Yeah.
it, right? Is anybody else tied to Kang?
Can
That's
I
this
can I
movie.
make? Okay, I've got a suggestion.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I like this idea. I think I think we don't include Miss Marvel because of the Marvels.
Yeah,
And I think what if we somehow tie the incursion in Multiverse of Madness into this, and the incursion sets up this, and like the incursion gives Kang the strength to pull them in or something like that, and then maybe you get Doctor Strange or like I don't know something in like Wong.
and maybe that's how Wong knows where to send Shang-Chi because they're also receiving a signal through the
Yeah,
rings.
Wong, Shang-Chi, and I think one more Avenger. But you want someone weaker and not as mainstream as Doctor Strange.
That was also set up in Phase 4.
I don't make.
I,
Do they have to be set up?
or at least in Phase 4.
Yeah, I mean, you could do
To give a
Loki.
sense of meaning.
No, not Loki. You could do like I don't know. I'll go through the projects. Tell me if anyone stands out.
Okay, go
Black
for it.
Widow, WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Shang-Chi, Hawkeye, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Werewolf by Night, Wakanda Forever, Holiday Special. Kevin Bacon, he comes along.
We could
Shang-Chi,
do like
Wong.
Kate Bishop or something.
Yeah, but like, I just don't see how that fits in.
Me either.
What if
Maybe.
go on? I've got an idea, but okay,
I have an idea too.
go
Is
on.
it Scott Lang
Yeah,
is
I think
around
I think we might have the same idea.
doing his advertising his book?
Okay, this isn't my idea.
Kate Bishop is a fan. They
Mhm.
meet up, and she's around once Scott Lang is called upon.
Do you want to hear my
But yeah,
idea for Kate Bishop?
yeah.
Cassie Lang and Kate Bishop are friends because both their dads are Avengers and both of them are in the Young Avengers and they're friends in the comics.
I do think it's funny that you just called Kate Bishop Hawkeye's daughter. But let's
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
both, I think what if we chuck Cassie Lang in end credits of Hawkeye?
Yes. Bro, I think we totally just fixed phase 4.
Oh,
Bada bing,
this
bada
feels good.
boom.
Cassie, me. Okay, I'll get rid of the Rogers end credit scene. Cassie meets Kate end credits. Okay, that's a solid team. Can I pitch you a name for this film? Before I pitch it, I just want to remind you how cheesy the name Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is.
Especially when the Wasp isn't involved in the
Yeah.
movie at all.
Ant-Man and Friends: Quantumania.
No.
But it's like Spider-Man and Friends.
Yeah, but if it was called Spider-Man and Friends No Way Home, everybody would punch Kevin Feige in the face.
I thought it was cheesy in a good way, like Love and Thunder.
Ah,
What would you call it?
I don't know, because could you get away with calling it Avengers Quantumania?
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want.
I feel like you can still call Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, but you just have to involve. You need to give it a reason to put
What
the
about
Wasp in the
Defenders
name
of
of
the
the movie.
Quantum Realm?
That might keep me a little tricky because Defenders is already a superhero team.
Quantumania. Marvel Studios Quantumania.
Yes, but also like, hmm. But I don't know. Having like it would be similar to like Marvel's The Winter Soldier. Like if you don't have like a character name in front of it, it's gonna be like confusing. Well, whose movie is this? Because it's still it's still
Yeah,
Ant-Man's movie.
you could do it Civil War style.
I think that might just be what you have to do. Ant-Man. I think we should just keep Ant-Man the Wasp. Quantumania.
Okay. What about just okay.
But also at the end of Quantumania, Scott and the Wasp still get stuck.
Yeah. Okay. So it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right.
Because Janet Van Dyne is like going in with them.
Mm-hmm.
What if she's the Wasp? Like, and she like suits up as the Wasp, and you get the two Wasps because you cut to Hope, Hank, and Cassie.
I think if anything, it would be interesting to have like, because in Quantum, yeah, let's do that. I agree with you. You have an Ant-Man and a Wasp on both teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Do you want to hear the rundown?
Yes.
Okay. We open phase 4 with the Black Widow film. It is very similar. Like the plot is the same. You just retool it a little bit so it takes place during the blip between Infinity War and Endgame. Maybe it starts with Natasha going to find her family to make sure they're all right during the blip, and Dreykov takes advantage of the blip to do all his evil stuff. You get the Yelena end credit scene with Val still. And then we get WandaVision, which remains mostly the same, but we get more hints at the Darkhold corrupting Wanda's mind. And Ralph Boner is actually from the multiverse, and that's just, put in with the line. Then we get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The Power Broker is revealed as the leader, and there's no redemption for John Walker. Then we get to Loki. He Who Remains is revealed in the penultimate episode, so he's like chucked in a bit earlier on. And there's a bigger Sylvie versus Loki fight between whether they should kill He Who Remains or not, and there's no kiss. When He Who Remains talks about what happens, we see like the flashbacks with multiple Johnny Majors, and Kang is name dropped. Then we get What If, which we don't touch, Shang-Chi, which we don't touch, and Eternals, which is scrapped. No Eternals. Then
or moved to a different phase.
Yeah. Then we get Hawkeye, which is basically the same, but Kingpin gets introduced earlier on, and Vincent D'Onofrio has more to do, and he doesn't get shot at the end. And then we have 2 end credit scenes. One of Spider-Man running into Jeremy Renner on a route, in New York, and being like, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't help," blah blah blah. And then another end credit scene of Cassie Lang meeting Kate Bishop, because both of their dads, imaginary or real, are Avengers. And they're friends. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home is exactly the same, but the end credit scene is Garfield getting into the Venom verse, which shows
you just called it Ant-Man No Way Home.
Ant-Man No Way Home, yeah.
I think that's what you said.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man No Way Home. End credit scene is Andrew Garfield getting into the Venom verse, and which sets up our Sony rewrite. We're making our own cinematic universe of cinematic universes within this podcast.
This.
Okay.
It's the HDCU.
Yeah. No Moon Knight until Phase 5. Then we get Multiverse of Madness, and there's set rules about the multiverse and incursions. And it talks about the multiverse opening up for some mysterious reason and what happened within No Way Home. And then we get an end credit scene with the Council of all the Kangs. Then we get Miss Marvel, who can embiggen, and in the time travel episode, we chuck Victor Timely in for a bit of fun. Then we have She-Hulk, which does not change. Werewolf by Night, which does not change apart from we add a Moon Knight to end credits. Then we get Wakanda Forever and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, both of which do not change. And then Phase 4 ends with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Basically, the incursion from Multiverse of Madness is tied in, and the incursion means that Cassie, Hope, and Hank are pulled into the quantum realm. Janet warns Scott of what the risks in the quantum realm is and who's waiting there. So he goes and he's like, I know the one guy who can help with this multiverse stuff. He goes over to Doctor Strange's house. Doctor Strange isn't there because he's solving something else with someone else. So Wong is like, hey, I can help. Don't worry, I'll go grab a mate. Shang-Chi comes along, and Kate Bishop comes along because she's mates with Cassie Lang and she wants to go help her friend. The team of Kate Bishop, Wong, Shang-Chi, Ant-Man, and Janet, who suits up as the Wasp, go into the quantum realm to save their pals. They fight Kang the Conqueror in a big battle like they do at the end of the actual film. And there's 2 Ant-Men, 2 Wasps, a whole load of ants, Kate Bishop, Wong, Shang-Chi, a whole lot of fun. And then the film ends with Janet and Scott being stuck in the... Hope and Scott being stuck in the quantum realm and Kang escaping.
Yes.
And that is how we fixed Phase 4. Hindsight is 2020, you know?
And I'm sure this probably won't hold up once we get more of Phase 5, but as of this moment, I think it's pretty good.
I think it's pretty... Like, if you, if you sat Kevin Feige down, you gave him Kang's time chair, and you go, hey, don't conquer the world for this, he would go back in time, and if he could redo Phase 4, I think what he would redo would be better than what we just said.
Yes, probably.
I think he knows what he's done wrong, and he knows what he did.
You know what you've done, Kevin.
Yes. Anyway, I think that is all for today.
Yes, it is.
What are we doing next week? Who knows?
I think I know.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please before we go, Harlan is going to give us his impression of the
Oh,
The what is it?
the bug
The
in
bug.
Puss in
I was
Boots.
trying to think of the type of bug, and my brain went blank.
You're a monster. You
Yeah, yeah.
you're a monster.
No, the first one was better, I think. Adios, guys.
Dang it.
I'm really on a hot streak at the moment. You
I know.
sucking. Anyway, we'll see you next week. What are you doing?
There's a fuzz in the air. It's gone.
Sorry, we're ending this episode how we started it in just absolute crap. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. It's a good reference.